Second Amendment, or all your rights, First Amendment rights, pretty much everything is not that moment. Just interrupted. Yes.
So you said that martial law suspends their Second Amendment. So I'm not going to, but would you say we would take weapons from people?
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
That's what they do. But I'm
yes, I wouldn't agree with that either. I'm just like, I believe the Second Amendment. But
okay.
Essentially, during a moment of martial law, we've lost all control. We're pretty much saying when the military moves in on your street, they are now saying you have no more rights. Pretty much, you're going inside your house. That's like the worst case scenario. So I'm saying when the way they're not looking at it, when the guard is used, that's how it's going to be used.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be out there on the street corner like, hey, unless you're like your assistant was some kind of event, you're not going to be involved in a riot and not really have any authority.
No, you're not going to go knocking on doors and be like, all right, I need a shotgun here. You're not going to like go up to each house and say.
Well, they did that in Katrina, is why I'm asking. And if we're talking about shit hitting the fan, I'm not going to do it. But
they're not going to do that necessarily. It's more or less like, hey, go in your house, shut up, stay there. That's what we do.
okay.
Because that reason they have martial law in place is it's one of those situations where, like I said, everything's already broken down. It's a last resort to change pretty much your last ditch effort to put that in order in the that's why they have that.
Okay.
Good question. I think they did that in Katrina, right? They just want to take the people down.
Yeah. Which I think is bullshit, but.
You're going to play your right.
Yeah.
We're going to get political right now.
C-130s.
Lord, they're just coming too.
How many that made?
That was like
8.
Well, set with turrets at the top. 50 cal is mounted up there. Yeah. Definitely preparing for something.
Hey folks, I don't normally report on this kind of stuff, jade helm, but I found it interesting. I've been driving this road for over a year and I've never seen a Bluebell ice cream truck. Supposedly they're not delivering, but we have 2 Bluebell ice cream trucks in a row on here on the interstate. Interstate 75, headed south into Tampa area where that closed Walmart is.
That's the bunker. That's the front entrance to it. So this is actually one of their bunkers. When the event happens, whatever that may be, that this is one of the places that they will be going. And it's massive. And there are cars in the parking lot in front of the bunker. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Is there any way to ever get a tour of the bunker? Or
No,
be able to check it out?
they don't have any tours
No?
or anything like that, no.
Wow,
Yeah, no,
really
you
cool.
can't get on. You have to be in the military or work here. They don't have like any visits or anything like that.
So they actually still do work in there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not like it's not abandoned?
No, no.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, look at this, the FEMA buses right there.
What's up, guys? Event Horizon. So you still think Jade Helm is just a drill? If it were just a drill, then why is the media being denied access? Why can't they film this exercise? Maybe it's because they don't want to get caught up in their own lies, like the fact that they said they would only be using blank ammunition. Maybe they don't want video evidence that proves the contrary. Or maybe they know that there's a possibility that this drill could go hot, and they don't want the media there to capture everything on video. Not like it really matters. I take comfort in the fact knowing that there are millions of Americans just waiting for this drill to take place so they can mount their cameras and deliver us the real story, not the bullshit horse shit that the mainstream media and the government would have you believe. And to those who still think Jade Helm is just a drill, maybe you haven't done enough research, or maybe you're just too distracted to effectively grasp the real issues at hand. The ancient Romans often used bread and circus to distract the people from the real issues that were plaguing them. Nonetheless, Jade Helm will be taking place 6 days from now, and there's not a damn thing anyone can do about it. All we can really do is sit, watch, record, hope, and pray that by the end of September, we're not all inside the FEMA camp. This is Event Horizon. Peace out.
Into Florida, outside of Indianapolis. This here was taken, this odd armored truck seen in the area, as well as other military equipment in this neck of the woods. And this here sent in from the South Padre Islands. Just keeping an eye down here on this neck of the woods too, because if you guys don't know where this is at, this is the southernmost point in Texas. Right as it comes up to the border with Mexico, right there on the Gulf. This convoy here spotted coming in on the tracks in Longview, Texas. You can see more military equipment right here coming through in Longview, Texas. And all this was sent in yesterday. Mount Vernon, Illinois. This was spotted in the parking lot of Motel 6. And people were like, what's going on here? But once again, we're seeing semis carrying more military equipment. And for those that missed the other video that I put out on the other channel, Dodge City here in Kansas. Tanks being spotted on flatbeds, as well as other military equipment. And also from today, this is in Oklahoma, where Obama's getting ready to head. There is multiple choppers here. You can see Chinooks, Black Hawk, maybe Apache too. Several different choppers in the sky there over Oklahoma, and this is just 15 miles from Yukon, where I was reporting about all the FEMA RVs and things of that nature. And I will leave you guys on this one. This is a convoy that was spotted in Gallup, New Mexico today, heading west on I-40. They said these vehicles in particular looked rather odd to them. So once again, what's important about covering this military movement is knowing where all of it's going down, where it's heading, what direction, and what it looks like. Because only then can you get a bead on who it may belong to and what may be going on. But in this instance, you can see troops out along the side of the road accompanying this convoy. So that's all we know, is they're heading in that direction, and that there is the latest when it comes to pictures that everyone has sent in. I want to thank everybody that is sending in all this information. I will continue to get it out there, although if you are sending anything in past the 16th, after the beginning of Jade Helm, it may take me a day or two to get all that together and get it out there, especially if it's during the time where I'm out there live streaming. So much love to all you guys out there. Remember, we're in this together.
Yo, dude, that van is coming out all the top. That van is shooting all the top, all four corners. Right now, bro. That van is armored and fucking... Hey, guys, don't come back.
Come on, guys.
Crazy. Holy shit. Look at your boy. Shit.
The van's gone.
Hey, get off the way!
One idiot. It only takes one idiot, right? Hey, look. It only takes one idiot.
It's a first. Heading out. I just talked to one of the officers. He said it's a medical training. I'm not smart enough to know.
Tell me something ain't coming.
2015, Salt Lake City, Utah. Jade Helm 15 preparations are on. A train full of Bradley fighting vehicles. This is the third one I've seen in this train yard in a week.
So here's 4 more military helicopters flying over Houston, Texas. Not sure what's going on. I've never seen this many together.
That's pretty cool.
Look at all that crap.
Sup guys, Event Horizon. So you think Jade Helm is just a drill? Well, apparently Texas doesn't share that same thought. Texas blows the secessionist dog whistle ahead of Jade Helm 15. State to bring gold stockpile home. Following news that Texas has decided to repatriate gold holdings supposedly worth $1 billion, it keeps in an underground vault at the HSBC Bank in Manhattan to inside its borders to create a state-run gold depository. Critics of the Republican state government are accusing state politicians of playing to the gallery by blowing the secessionist dog whistle ahead of the unpopular Jade Helm 15 military exercises, which run from July 15th to September 15th in Texas and several other U.S. states. The Associated Press reports that Edwin Truman, a senior fellow at the Peterson Institute for International Economics, wondered why Texas would want to incur the high expenses of moving the gold if it wasn't anticipating withdrawing from the Union. Just moving it would be pretty expensive, and unless Texas is anticipating withdrawing from the Union, which I suspect is some people's want, I don't see what advantage it is. What are you getting for what you are paying for? Texas politicians who support the decision to move the gold to Texas have tried to downplay allegations that they are anticipating the possibility that developments could lead to a secession bid. They have also denied accusations that they are simply paying to the right-wing crowd by engaging cynically in dog whistle politics ahead of the unpopular Jade Helm 15 exercises. The move is a reflection of the anti-federal government feelings in the state. It has obvious political significance in Texas, a hotbed of secessionist sentiments. Needless to say, a state-run depository is the essential first step in anticipation of declaration of state independence, establishment of a currency system, and economic independence from Washington. So for those of you who think Jade Helm is just a drill, obviously Texas doesn't agree with you. This is Event Horizon. Peace out.
put out of the Army, and there is a real problem. Now, Lou, you know history, and there have always been problem generals, but not in this density, this number.
Happening now in downtown Miami, Black Hawk choppers soaring through the night sky, but this is only a drill. My team's Mike Marza has some pictures for us explaining what's going on. Mike?
Still, if you've seen one of these drills, it really is like a scene out of one of those action movies, choppers stalking the sky of downtown Miami and the like. Let me show you what's happening right in the shadow of the Adrian Arch Center. Police right now have blocked off Biscayne Boulevard. If you take a look, swing back over here. This may be involved in this training or not. Again, let me tell you what all of this is that we know of. It's a joint military training exercise involving local police, also military, as someone shot some video of some of these choppers, military-style choppers, flying over 395 in downtown. This was last night. Holy All right, so some blank rounds of gunfire pinging off the high-rises here in downtown Miami.
Damn.
You know, part of this is to demonstrate what the city does so that if it happens in real life, people will have some understanding of what's going to happen. So you got to see a bunch of the pieces of capability through this scenario. Not all of them, but a lot of them. This is something we constantly worry about. The threat is always there. You know, what happens in other regions of the world is important, but I think we have enough of a homegrown issue that all of this needs to be practiced continuously.
Sight of Army helicopters and the sound of gunfire created a lot of concern this afternoon in one Houston neighborhood.
She told me, don't come home because it sounds like we're in a war zone. Guns shooting and helicopters flying around over the house.
The Army, along with other agencies, had taken over the old Carnegie Vanguard High School. There were armed men in fatigues, plenty of weapons, and what many thought were real live rounds.
I felt like I was in a war zone. It just was nonstop. So I was terrified.
Turns out it was a multi-agency training drill. And an Army major who was out here wouldn't tell us exactly what kind of training they were doing. HPD was aware of what was going on, but the fire department apparently wasn't. In fact, an ambulance was even dispatched this way for a shots fired call until HPD told them. Army major who was out here wouldn't tell us exactly what kind of training they were doing.
Military vehicles, and it said military police with face shields, those baton shields and everything else going down Pump Road Station in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know why. They're training for something. Hey, what are you guys training for? For what?
Training for a state mission, sir.
I hear you. Can you tell me what it's for? Okay.
Back up a little bit. Are they just out now? How are you today, sir?
Good. I just wondered, I'd never seen you guys out here. What you're training for?
Yeah, we out here. What we're doing is
We're part of a big National Guard exercise.
Right, but what I get concerned about is when I know that they have FEMA camps building all over the country, which congressmen deny, and then they're caught on tape admitting that they're doing them. They got military training and in some places even doing like illegal checkpoints just to see that. And what I see, the federal government, Homeland Security buying over 2 billion rounds of ammo ordered just in the last year, and they're building up big time military for something, and it's not just for natural disasters. I think they're personally, I think they know because of the derivative meltdown, they're getting ready for an economic collapse and martial law and everything else.
I can't really say on that, you know.
Here, look, you see, this right here is the starting of the New World Order, and as anybody can see, this is private property. You can see right here, this is where the freeway's at. It's about to take in effect pretty soon. Just want to drive by and show you so you can see how they're about to they're training already, and these guys more likely are not Americans. They're probably foreign troops that are getting ready to invade America.
Like literally, this is like, I don't know, maybe not even a half a mile from my house. So check out all the Hummers, guys. Same color as the building. And then they got a parking lot right here. And this is all artillery vehicles, all sorts of crazy shit. Hummers up the ass. But they're doing all this crap during the middle of the night. It all starts at about, you know, maybe 1:45 to 2 o'clock in the morning, and it goes until about 5 a.m. and then it gets quiet and dies again. It's really suspicious. It's really suspect.
Crazy right here. Look at this shit. All these army trucks, man. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What they doing, man? What they doing? Something gonna happen? They setting up for something? What the fuck is going on? Shit stretch all the way up. What the fuck is going on, man? What the fuck is going on?
This shit crazy, man. They still all the way up there. They still all the way up there. That shit going all the way up. Look at that shit. Shit crazy.
I'm breaking no laws.
All right, you just go ahead to go.
I'm breaking no laws.
I'm trespassing at this time.
I am not. This is public-owned property, and I am not trespassing.
Look, I'm asking you to leave.
A stockpile of military vehicles were recently discovered occupying a secluded commercial property on the outskirts of Las Vegas, at the address of 5750 Sky Point Drive. It doesn't seem as if the Humvees and other military-grade vehicles are for sale, even though they are stationed at a former car dealership that has been stripped of its business logo and signs. It would appear as if the equipment is deliberately being hidden from the public on this secluded property surrounded by barbed wire fences. One 18-year-old boy named Jonathan, who lives in the area, proclaimed the military has been there for 6 months now. His friends added, "We think it's a secret undercover operation or military base."
Violence is so bad in one major American city that the governor is considering calling in the National Guard. We're going to take a closer look at what that really means. One city may be going to extremes to fight crime. It has gotten so bad in Chicago, you've heard the stories, with police actually having to line the streets to make sure that kids can safely walk to their schools.
Illinois Governor Pat Quinn says he is open to the idea of calling in the National Guard, actually putting armed soldiers on the streets of President Obama's hometown. Under Article 1, Section 8, Congress has 3 constitutional grounds for calling up the militia, what we now understand as the National Guard, to execute the laws of the Union, suppress insurrection, and repel invasions. Brad, there are those who argue that's exactly what's happening in Chicago. There's such a gang influx that things are truly out of control there.
Look, these are not enemy combatants. These are criminals. And this is, our soldiers are not, their job is not to take to the streets and fight the American people. That's not their role. The police have the role of maintaining social order and upholding the laws in local jurisdictions, not military troops. So they can answer their own problem by hiring up more cops, by seeking other jurisdictions to come in and augment the police force in Chicago. But certainly troops may be convenient, but it's not the way to go. It is violative of the law.
Cross cover. Hold left, go right. Hold left, go right. Hold left, go right.
I'm not going to tell you again. You guys need to leave. It's from a military perspective, it helps the joint forces, the military forces, do everything we can to better prepare ourselves to support civilian agencies.
There is an incident. It's going to start local. It'll start small, and whoever the first responders are, the people to get there first, whether they're military or law enforcement, it's important that we know what the role of each one of these organizations is.
Pretty impressive, a display of international military might. Thousands of men and women from several different countries all landed on Camp Pendleton's beaches today. It's all part of a multinational exercise called Dawn Blitz.
New at 5, 10 News reporter Joe Little was on the beach during that exercise and reveals why training alongside other countries has become part of the U.S. military's way of life.
Move. Targets.